What time did you get there?
I got there about 9.
In the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Of Wednesday morning?
Mm-hmm.
And
what time is it right now?
Right now?
Yeah. You don't know what time it is?
do you not wear a watch?
My
So
dad woke me up this morning.
your time period might not be exactly right what you're saying.
Right.
But it was like early in the day, but you don't know exactly what time. Okay. Because I've got some real confusion with the times you're telling me. But now, this 9 o'clock in the evening call that you've got, explain that to me.
Well, after all the stuff happened that night that they done it,
Okay.
I went home about noon. Then they called me at 9 o'clock that night. They called me.
Okay. And what did they tell you on the telephone?
They asked me how come I left so early and stuff. And I told them I couldn't stand there watching it no more, so I had to do something to get out of there.
Okay. Who called you?
Jason.
And you mentioned you heard some voice in the background.
I heard some things.
And what else? I think you said that he made the call from his house.
He made a call from his house, and Damien was hollering in the background and said, we done it. What we're going to do if somebody saw us, what we're going to do.
Okay. Now, the knives. Was there one knife, 2 knives? Was your knife there? Did somebody take you and use your knife? Do you have a knife?
I got one knife.
Where is it at?
At home.
Okay. The knife that Jason was using? Where is it?
I don't know what he done with it, because after I left, then that's when I don't know what they done with it. After I left, I don't know what they
He
done
didn't
with it.
tell you he hid it somewhere?
Son, I got a feeling here. You're not quite telling me everything. Now, we are recording everything. So this is very, very important to tell us the entire truth. If you were there the whole time, then tell us you were there the whole time. Don't leave anything out. This is very, very important. Now just tell us the truth.
I was there until they tied him up. And then that's when I left. After they tied him up, I left.
But you saw him cutting on the boys.
I saw them cutting on him. And then
So what else left is there after that?
They laid the knife down beside him, and I saw them tying them up, and then that's when I left.
Were the boys conscious, or were they
They was unconscious.
unconscious?
And then
Okay.
after I left, they done more.
They done more.
They started screwing them again.
Okay. How were they screwing them when you saw them?
Jason stuck his in one of them's mouth, and Damien was screwing one of them up the ass.
Okay. All right. And the one that they were cutting the penis off of, did any of them, or cutting the penis or whatever was being done, did they have sex with him at all?
No.
Did either one of them?
Jason did.
Jason did.
Jason was screwing him while Damien stuck his in his mouth, and that's the boy's mouth.
Okay. How did he have sex with that one?
Damien, he was holding him down, right?
Uh-huh.
And Jason had his legs up in the air, and that little boy was kicking, saying, don't, like that.
Okay. He had his legs up in the air. All right. What was to keep these little boys from running off? If just their hands are tied, what's to keep them from running off?
They beat them up so bad, where they can't hardly move. They have their hands tied down.
All right,
Just sit on them.
You said they had their hands tied down. Were their hands tied in a fashion to where they couldn't have run? You tell me.
They could run, they just had them tied. When they knock them down and stuff, they can hold their arms and stuff and just hold them down like where he couldn't raise up. And the other one pick his legs up.
Okay. So they had them under control. You were there the whole time that was taking place?
That was it.
Okay. One of them was cut on the face real bad. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was being cut on his penis. All right.
Did anyone use a stick and hit the boys with?
Damien had kind of a big old stick when he hit that first one. After he hit him with his fist, knocked him down, then he got him a big old stick and hit him.
What did the stick look like? I mean, was it like a big log like that, or is it a stick?
I'll say it was about that big around. I'll say about that long.
Okay.
About the size of a baseball bat, and maybe just a little bit bigger around.
Yeah.
That's what you described with your hands, right?
Right.
Okay. How long was the knife that Jason was using? All right, you're describing a knife that would be about 6 inches long. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of blade did it have on it?
Like a regular knife blade.
Was it a knife that you fold up, or was it like a hunting knife that's just one piece?
Just a fold up knife.
It was a folding knife?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does Damien have a knife?
No.
He doesn't have one? He didn't have one that
He
night?
didn't have one that night.
Did he borrow yours?
No, he didn't buy mine.
Okay.
Did they have a briefcase with them? You didn't see a
I
briefcase?
didn't see a briefcase. Not unless they left it there that day before it happened. Not unless they left it there as anybody said it there that day.
Have you ever seen them with a briefcase before?
I think that one night, I seen it with them that night.
Okay. What is kept inside that briefcase?
They had some cocaine and a little gun.
Is that where you first saw the pictures of the boys?
Out there in Lake Shore.
And you saw the pictures in the briefcase?
I put it when we had that call.
Okay. Now, you have participated in this cult, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been involved in it?
Been about 3 months.
Okay. Tell me some of the things y'all do typically in the woods as being in this cult.
We go out, kill dogs and stuff, and then kill girls out there.
All right, what do you do with the girls when you're out there?
We screw and stuff.
Does just everybody take turns?
Everybody and all have orgies and stuff like that.
Okay.
When you kill a dog, what do you do with it?
We usually skin it, build a little bonfire and eat it and stuff.
Okay. When you're initiating somebody new to come into a cult, what actually is done to initiate that person into the cult?
We usually, kill the animals, see if he knows, how to handle the meat and stuff. After we kill it, see if he knows, if he can't handle it, then he don't get in.
Okay, so he kills an animal. You mentioned earlier that he may have to eat part of that animal. What part of the animal would he eat?
Part of his, the meat off his leg.
Meat off his leg.
And if he can't eat it, then he don't get in.
Doesn't get into the club. Now, on these meetings, have they ever been violent? Anybody gotten mad and gotten in a fight?
No.
Okay. The night you were in the woods, had y'all been in the water?
Yeah, we've been in water. We was in there playing around in it.
You were playing around in the water. All right. What were you doing in the water besides just playing? I mean, did the little boys, had they been in the water? Did they get in the water with y'all?
No, they didn't get in the water with us.
Okay. What were you doing in the water?
We were just sitting there throwing stuff at each other.
Okay. Were y'all having sex?
No, I wasn't.
You weren't.
No.
Was Damien and Jason having sex?
They take turns going up under the water.
Going under the water? What were they doing under the water?
I don't know. They sit so far away. They go up in the water, stay for about 5-10 seconds, and then come up, and the other ones go down.
Okay. So they were just messing around in the water. All right. They called for these boys to come over there?
Yeah, they seen the boys and then they hollered. Damien hollered, say, hey, and the boys got out there.
Did they call them by name?
They just hollered and then they just showed up.
Where did the boys put their bikes?
But close right there before you come in. They laid it down right there. And I don't know what, after I left, I don't know what they done with the bikes.
So you didn't do anything to the bikes at all?
No,
Are you sure?
positive.
You didn't touch the bikes?
I didn't touch it.
All right. You've been back to this place since that murder, since it took time to place. What did you do while you were there? And be truthful.
I'll sit down there. I just sit there after what they did to the boys. I just sit there
And did what?
and just thought what happened to them real bad. I just thought,
Okay.
and then I left and stuff.
And stuff.
I just left and walked on.
When did you go back there?
2 or 3 days after it happened, not left.
Were you there by yourself?
Just by myself.
Did you go there with some more boys once?
Just me, David, and
To
Dennis.
that particular place?
No, not to that.
Are you willing to go down there with us and us have a camcorder and you show us where these things took place? Could you do that? Wouldn't have any problem with that.
Not that I know of, I wouldn't.
Huh?
Not that I know of, I wouldn't have a problem. I
But
don't.
you would be able to point out where these things took place, which way the boys came from, and where y'all were when he hollered for the boys and stuff like that. You wouldn't have any problem with that?
But after the murder and stuff, like I said, about 2 or 3 days later, after it happened, I went in and thought about it, and I ain't been there since.
Okay. Let me ask you something. This is real serious, and I want you to be real truthful. And I want you to think about it before you answer. Don't just say yes or no real quick. I want you to think about it. Did you actually hit any of these boys?
No,
Now tell us the truth.
no,
Okay. Did you actually rape any of these boys?